Introduction. February 14th, 2008. Valentine's Day is often a celebration of love, joy, and human connection. Yet, for the Northern Illinois University community, February 14th, 2008 would forever be remembered for something far more tragic. What began as an ordinary day on a bustling college campus ended in one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history, leaving 5 students dead, 17 others injured, and an entire nation grappling with questions about mental health, gun control, and the unpredictability of violence. This is the story of Stephen Kazmierczak, a once promising student who spiraled into darkness and the lives forever changed by his actions. This is not just a recounting of events, but a deep exploration of the societal issues and human stories behind the headlines. Chapter 1. Life at NIU. Northern Illinois University, located in the small town of DeKalb, is one of Illinois' most respected public institutions. Established in 1895, NIU began as a teacher's college, but grew into a comprehensive university with over 25,000 students by 2008. Known for its diverse student body and strong academic programs, NIU had long prided itself on fostering a sense of community and safety. In 2008, Cole Hall, one of the university's main lecture facilities, was a hub of activity. It featured 2 large lecture rooms that could accommodate hundreds of students and was used for many general education courses. It was here, in room 101, that a geology class was taking place on February 14th. The students attending that day could never have imagined the horror awaiting them. To understand why this tragedy occurred, we must delve deeply into the life of the man who orchestrated it. Chapter 2. Who was Stephen Kazmierczak? Stephen Kazmierczak was born on August 26, 1980, in Elk Grove Village, Illinois. His early life was shaped by instability and challenges. His parents divorced when he was young, and Stephen had a difficult relationship with both his father and stepmother. By all accounts, his childhood was marked by feelings of isolation and a struggle to fit in. Despite these challenges, Stephen showed promise as a student. He excelled academically and had a keen interest in sociology and criminology. However, beneath the surface, Stephen was battling severe mental health issues. As a teenager, he was hospitalized multiple times for psychiatric treatment. He struggled with obsessive-compulsive disorder, depression, and anxiety, and he engaged in self-harm. Stephen's mental health challenges persisted into adulthood, but he managed to achieve significant academic success. After graduating high school, he enrolled at Northern Illinois University, where he pursued a degree in sociology. During his time at NIU, Stephen flourished, or so it seemed. Professors and peers described him as intelligent, diligent, and deeply interested in understanding the root causes of criminal behavior. He even co-authored academic papers and contributed to research projects, gaining the respect of his instructors. However, Stephen's outward success masked a deeper instability. He was prescribed medication to manage his mental health conditions, but his adherence to treatment was inconsistent. Over time, cracks began to appear in his facade. Chapter 3. The Slow Descent. After graduating from NIU, Stephen pursued a master's degree in sociology at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. While he continued to excel academically, his personal life became increasingly tumultuous. He struggled to maintain relationships and became more withdrawn. His mental health began to deteriorate rapidly in the months leading up to February 2008. Stephen stopped taking his prescribed medications, including Prozac, which he had relied on for years to manage his depression and obsessive-compulsive tendencies. Friends noticed changes in his behavior. He became more erratic, irritable, and distant. At the same time, Stephen began purchasing firearms. Between August 2007 and February 2008, he legally acquired multiple guns, including a shotgun and 3 semi-automatic pistols. He also stockpiled ammunition. Despite these red flags, Stephen gave no outward indication that he was planning an attack. He maintained contact with his girlfriend, sent Valentine's Day cards to loved ones, and continued attending classes. His descent into violence was meticulously planned but largely invisible to those around him. Chapter 4. February 14th, 2008. Valentine's Day dawned cold and quiet on the NIU campus. Students went about their routines, many carrying flowers and chocolates for their significant others. In Cole Hall, an introductory geology class was underway, with around 120 students in attendance. The lecture was a typical one, with students taking notes and preparing for upcoming exams. At approximately 3 p.m., Stephen Kazmierczak entered the building carrying a duffel bag. He walked into room 101, calmly set the bag on a table, and began assembling his weapons. Witnesses later reported that Stephen appeared eerily composed as he pulled out a shotgun and opened fire on the students. Panic erupted as the first shots rang out. Some students dove under their desks, while others bolted for the exits. Stephen moved methodically, firing at anyone within range. He then switched to a handgun, continuing his rampage. In less than 5 minutes, 5 students were dead, and 17 others were wounded. The victims were Daniel Parmenter, 20, a sophomore studying finance, known for his leadership and dedication. Catalina Garcia, 20, a first-generation college student with dreams of becoming a teacher. Juliana Gehent, 32, a military veteran pursuing a degree in education. Ryan Mace, 19, a psychology major with a bright future ahead. Gail Dabowski, 20, a devout and kind-hearted individual aspiring to work in education. As law enforcement arrived, Stephen turned his gun on himself, ending his life. Chapter 5. The Investigation. In the aftermath, investigators worked tirelessly to piece together the events leading up to the attack. They discovered that Stephen had meticulously planned the shooting, purchasing weapons and ammunition over several months. He had also arranged for Valentine's Day cards to be delivered to his girlfriend on the day of the attack, suggesting he knew he wouldn't survive. The investigation revealed a troubling history of mental illness, but it also highlighted systemic failures. Despite his mental health challenges, Stephen was able to purchase firearms legally. There were no barriers in place to prevent someone like him from acquiring weapons, raising urgent questions about gun control. Chapter 6. The Aftermath. The NIU community was left reeling. Classes were canceled, and the campus became a site of mourning. Vigils were held, and students and faculty came together to support one another. The tragedy also sparked a national conversation about mental health, gun control, and campus safety. NIU took significant steps to honor the victims and prevent future tragedies. Scholarships were established in the names of the victims, and a memorial garden was created on campus. The university also implemented new security measures, including enhanced emergency communication systems and increased mental health resources. Chapter 7. Broader Implications. The NIU shooting was a watershed moment in the ongoing debates about gun violence and mental health in America. It exposed critical gaps in the nation's background check system and underscored the need for comprehensive mental health care. Chapter 7. Broader Implications. The NIU shooting was a watershed moment in the ongoing debates about gun violence and mental health in America. It exposed critical gaps in the nation's background check system and underscored the need for comprehensive mental health care. Conclusion. Remembering the victims. While much of the attention has focused on Stephen Kazmierczak, it is essential to remember the victims and their stories. Their lives, filled with promise and hope, were cut tragically short, but their legacies live on in the hearts of those who knew them. This tragedy serves as a somber reminder of the work still needed to create a safer, more compassionate society. Thank you for being part of Peaceful Stories, where every moment brings us closer to understanding and peace. If you found comfort or inspiration here, share it with others, and let's keep spreading light together. Until next time, stay safe, stay kind, and embrace the stories that bring you peace.